Hi guys, this is your favorite snack, Sirocco, and here today I'm gonna show you my tips and tricks to do glamours in Final Fantasy XIV. Now this video is gonna be good to you if you know the basic about glamour, like you've already done the quest and everything, but I'm gonna show you like how to optimize your glamming skills, if I say so. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so like most of y'all know, I started Final Fantasy XIV a year and a half ago, and I had no idea about the real endgame of this game, which is Glamour. It's not raid, it's not dungeons, it's really Glamour. Right now you're seeing me on my botanist class, so it's not what's the prettiest thing I've done. I haven't glamoured anything on it. It's just something I'm leveling up at the moment. But we're gonna go ahead and log into the character right here. Okay, so one of the things I would have loved to know when I first started this game is where to actually get my glamouring content, right? Where to get the pieces of gear that will make this, you know, and this, you know. Like when you don't know where to get the gear that you want or the combinations, that's where you're failing at doing what you want to do in the game. The first place I love to go when I want to glamour is Limsa Lomsina. Limsa Lominsa? Limsa Lominsa. Right, I'm not very good with that, but it's in the lower decks. So the reason why I love going here to glamour my stuff and to search for glamour equipment is because you have the market board, and let me see if I'm going the right way. I am not. So you have the market board just beside here, and from the market board you can purchase with gear if you're not poor like me. So you can purchase some of the crafting pieces, which are usually quite cute. Or if you're cheap like me, you're gonna go ahead and look into websites that have market values of the items. I can put some of those websites down in the description below, but you can go on those websites and go into the Ethernet right here and move in between servers. So as you can see right now I'm on Ferry, but usually I'm on Midgard somewhere. Midgard. See, I'm really terrible with these names. Midgard, I really don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Trying to explain this the best I can. So, once you purchase those, it means you can glamour them. Another way to get some of the equipment would be with the daily roulettes that you can do, because with every dungeon that you do, you have a chance to get a piece of gear, or you can farm actual dungeons or raids that you know that there's a chest piece or legs or weapon that you want to have. Like for me, I still don't have the titania weapon, so I might farm that eventually. Another one that I realized that was actually quite good and had cute pieces of gear that I didn't know were available is to do some PvP. So for most of the new players, we don't know about the PvP, right? As what it does, what's good with it, like, okay, I can do PvP, but like what can I do with PvP? So with the PvP, you get the currency, the Wolf's Mark. You can accumulate to 20k of Wolf's Mark, and then when you have some Wolf's Mark, I would suggest going to the Wolf's Den here, where's the shops to change this currency into actual gear. So once you're in Wolf's Den here, you just go down here and you have all of those people that can sell you actual pieces of gear that are cute. And even if they're not cute, you know, like they have a lot of choices because you can go throughout the expansion, but most of the cute gear comes from the PvP. I won't lie. Like you have the cute Eden, good, but like these are sometimes cute, and they are also dyeable for most of the part. What you can do is your daily challenge frontline. If you do not have this unlocked, I would suggest searching for it. But you can do your daily challenge frontline on the jobs that are not 80, and this will give you a lot of experience. I am not joking. Like, I went this character to like 50 to 76 in less than a week just doing that daily. Like, it's batshit crazy. Now, another way, and would be the last way to get the gear, would be from the milk station. So if you have real money, real life money, you can get some pieces of gear here, some mounts, some stuff. I personally don't like the milk station just because it's so expensive when you think about it. I'm Canadian, right? $18 for me is like $24. And $24 for a piece of like 3D design, that's crazy for me. You know, when you pay an expansion $80, that's like 1/4 of an expansion just for a robe. Like, I get it, some are cute, some, you know, but like, I prefer bargaining into the market board with the girls, even though, as you can see, I'm really poor. But that's all for the gear and everything you can get from it. Now I'm gonna show you how I usually go about for glamoring my gear. So I love going to the Crystarium because for me it's way easier to go into the dresser to look for what I can actually glam and everything. Like I said, this video is for people that have a basic understanding of what and how glamour works. So once you're in your room, you're gonna have your armoire, which is kind of weird because that's a French name, which you can store your item into, and you're gonna have your glamour dresser. In your glamour dresser, you get the glamour plates, which I only use, like, let's be honest, I don't go items for items. So the glamour plates are going to be your best friend, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, so when you have an empty version of the glamour plate, we can start glamoring up. So you see, I always start with the weapon because for me it's way easier to color coordinate with a weapon than it is with an entire, like, attire. So I like to open it up just to see how's the movement. You know, sometimes they have like special effects, so that will play with your glamour. Now the second piece I like to go with is usually the chest piece, because it's the second thing that you're gonna see onto the character. I can tell already that this is gonna fit really well with this weapon. So you can always go around and find something that you like. Most of the pieces of gear are dyeable, but beware, they are not all dyeable. As you can see, there's gonna be a little circle right here that's gonna allow you to dye. I would suggest always dyeing your glamour plate and not the items themselves, because if you dye the items themselves, once you're gonna apply the glamour again, it's gonna remove the dyes. So you see here, I don't really like the bottom part of this, but the higher part quite works with it. Now I know the bottom part is gonna change because the shoes are gonna overlap. So just because I don't like how it's shaping the leg, I'm gonna choose a high boot. Also, I realized that the black from this is actually a little bit more brown than what I want it to be. So you can always try the dyes into the glamour plate without actually applying one. I feel like this dye is probably what's working the best with those pens, because it's taking this color right here and reflecting this one right here. So I'm gonna keep it that way. Now, because the shoulders are so busy, I don't want to have something extra busy on the head, right? So I would like to have something quite light. Usually I'm going with spectacles when I want something light, but we're gonna try and see what could actually work with it. Like I said, when it's mostly busy in the shoulders, I like going light with the head. Just because it suits more my character, and this is like a personal preference. These are really just my tips and tricks on how I do it. Really take this not personally and do it like you feel it's best. Ooh, these are really pretty though. So now that I've found something that I quite like, usually I would save it and apply it. Now, I don't have those dies, you see the little one, so it's going to tell me you are requiring a general purpose metallic red as well as a charcoal grey dye. I don't have those, but always save with them. So what I do when I don't have them is that I remove the dye, I save it, and then I'm going to come back here and apply it to the pieces of gear. So like I said, when you have the dyes, because I just went ahead and purchased them, you can go and apply them to the glamour plates themselves. So you're going to hit reflect. And you're going to save it. And now you have the glamour plate that you need. So once this is done, you can hit apply and it's going to apply to your character. I totally forgot about the earrings though, so I'm going to change that right away. Much better. Now the last thing about Glamour is most of the people, and it's something that I see that most of the people are struggling, they don't quite know how to take a good picture of their glamour. In-game they're gonna look gorgeous, but when they're gonna try and show it to their friends, they're just gonna go like this and take a screenshot and send it to them. Why do you work so hard on your glamour if you don't put as much energy into taking an awesome screenshot of it? So what I like to do is to teleport myself into a nice place with nice backgrounds, usually from the expansion I'm playing, but that's my preference. And right now I'm really digging the Raktica Great Hood just because Lahi, you know? Lahi, whoo! So you see there are some red candles right there, and I love that because it really fits in with my character. You see that really very gothic vibe. So I'm gonna go here. Before we hit the pose and everything, I'm gonna choose a scale. So I'm gonna choose sleeve draw. Okay, so now that we've done a pose, which is this one, I've stopped it with the disable enable target motion. We're gonna start with the light because right now this is not optimal. So what I usually like to do is go from behind and set a first light. And the second light, I like to go it as far as I can and set the second light. This just helps build the character to the most proper way that we can. Now this effect is very busy. So what we want to do is be really close to the character so we can get everything from it. But as well, we want to have the glamour, right? Once I have this set, I like to play with the camera. So there is a difference between the camera position and the wheel on your mouse. The wheel on your mouse will drag you in and out, and the camera position is going to widen the lens. So you can also play with WASD, just like in game, to move the camera around. Now this is an angle I really like. Now what I do is I click R and then I take my screenshot. This way you can see the glamour with everything, and you're good to go. Now you can show all of your hard work to your friends. So if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and you can always find me at my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Sirocco. Have a nice day everybody, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you.